Good morning. As hopefully you've learned, technical difficulties caused me from not live streaming like I had planned. A lot of it being user error on my part. That said, let's go ahead and jump in today's 5 and 6 in my book, Keep, Start, Stop, Deliver, an Active Devotional. So on day 5, we have a list of activities and questions to consider. And then on day 6, we need to reflect on how this past week worked. So when we read the scripture that we've been studying this week, which is from Hebrews 10:24 and reads, "And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works." So the first opportunities we look for in the phrase, consider how to stir up one another. Now, in the book, I say you can attend church, you can attend a Bible study, a men's group, women's group, etc., work at a faith-based organization, or even just a regular nonprofit. But the idea is to find some way to flex your spiritual muscle, so to speak. Not that you have to give great, deep theological answers to questions that may come up, but simply to be there for people, but to show your presence and to talk about your relationship with God, which really leads into this next point under that phrase, and that is to find a friend that you can use as an accountability partner. It starts with just one in terms of stirring up someone to love and good works. So find that friend. Could be your spouse, could be one of your children, could be a co-worker, or your best friend since first grade. But get together with them and learn to be accountable to each other and challenge each other to not only stir up each of you, but also to go out into your circles and do the same with others. Now, to love. Well, we can all define what love is, and in fact, what was it? The Greeks had 7 words for love. So there's all different types of love, but we need to learn to love. So do something else for someone, do something for someone else without them asking. Anticipate their needs. That's very key, is to anticipate somebody's needs. We do that with our children, particularly when they're really young and they need help. But many times we don't carry that out beyond that. So think of your family and your friends and begin anticipating their needs and do that for them before they have to ask. The other part is to spend at least 30 minutes participating in an activity with someone you do love. Again, could be a spouse, a child, a sibling, a parent, a friend, but do something with them. Could be today, but sometime, let's just say over this next week, do something with them. Enjoy their company. Let them enjoy yours. And may you have a blessed time doing that. Now, finally, I get down to and good works, the last part of the scripture. And we talk about giving time to your church or your favorite charity, much like what I spoke about of how to stir up one another. Be active. We have to be active in our faith. And then finally, list ways you can please and glorify God through your work. Now, sometimes this is hard, particularly if we're just out doing work in the yard, actually doing our professional jobs. Sometimes that work just really isn't a lot of fun. But yet, if we do it with a joyous heart, which is not always easy, but if we can do it with a joyous heart, again, that helps to glorify God, because believe me, people will notice. So, list some ways out that you're going to do that this coming week. How are you going to glorify God in your good works? So then this is also really day 6. And it's a time to reflect on what this past week meant to you And if this was the 2nd or the 15th week, we'd also take a look back at all the previous weeks and the impact that they have had on you. So obviously for this week, we are just looking at week 1. And I can tell you from my reflection, what really hit me this week was understanding that I was stirring up negativity against someone rather than to love and good works. And that has really impacted me hard. I've actually started now to pray for myself, a relationship with that individual, even though I probably won't run into that individual again. But still, should I want to approach them with love. I'm also praying that that negativity stops. I know I'm human, so ultimately it probably won't. But whatever I can do to emulate Christ and to be like him, which is an ongoing change for me. But again, it's one that I strive for. So I have to cut out this negativity. And as I said, it hit me in the face as soon as the words left my lips. So that's the biggest part that hits me this week, is how I need to stop stirring up negativity. And then finally, I'm hoping after a week you've had a chance to remember this Bible verse. And again, it's Hebrews 10:24, and let's go ahead and give this a try. And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works. This is the English Standard Version, so yours might be different depending on what Bible you're reading. Hey, I got it right as I read it now. And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works. Thank you so much for joining me for this first week. I appreciate it very much. For those of you who have ordered the book either through Amazon, and you can go to Amazon and just type in my name and you'll find the book. And if you do order the book, I would appreciate you giving a positive review if you're so led, or you can go out to my website, activedevotional.com, and order the book there. For any books that come in through the website, I will go ahead and sign those and give you a short note. And finally, I would ask that you go out to my YouTube channel, which is at Active Devotionals 1965. Go ahead, watch those videos, the same ones I've been posting throughout the week, and please subscribe. That helps me. And I would also ask you to follow me on my Active Devotional Facebook page. That helps as well. So thank you so much. Week 1 is in the books. Look forward to talking with you on Monday for week 2. Have a great rest of the weekend. God bless you, and be his light.